Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
This past weekend, a few of you were entertained by the conference that I co-produce with Ponzi. The GnomeDex conference currently happens once a year, although we're thinking about doing a couple of satellite conferences leading up to the big, quote-unquote, big conference, even though we try to stay small, and with that small size, we're able to make a big impact. And the reviews so far for GnomeDex 8 have been, I would say, overwhelmingly positive. And as I noted, you may have been able to tune in, but the only way you were able to tune in was because we were using Ustream.tv to broadcast a signal, which was being fed from my Mac, which was being fed through CamTwist, which was being fed through this. I tried a few devices that could take a signal from a video switcher there at the conference center and feed it directly into the Mac, and everything I tried just didn't work. I couldn't get the camera to be recognized by the program that I used to composite in certain elements like the chat and the logo and what have you. So this was kind of a last hope at the Apple Store, and I'm very grateful that they had it. The ADVC 110. In fact, when I open it, right on the top it says Canopus, and I know that they're famous for these types of devices. And it will capture high-quality bidirectional analog or digital video, and it will help you convert the signal. The nice thing is that you can feed it in or out, either S-Video, FireWire, or possibly even a composite connection, and then you can just easily switch between inputs by pressing a button. There is no power cable, at least the one that I would use. I only attached it to my notebook computer by FireWire. Didn't need a power cable. I was worried there for a minute. I'm like, there's no power cable. Is this thing going to charge by, or I guess, have juice off of FireWire? Indeed it does, which is kind of nice. I'd rather have a minimum amount of cables. It's just regular FireWire 400 connection. Of course, you have to put the cable in the right direction. And right here on the front, you may be actually able to, if I point it the right direction, you'll be able to see the blue. So then I can switch between digital in or analog in, and toggle back and forth. So it's really easy. There's the DV in and out. There's also, this is for the power connection here, this particular FireWire cable. I just used a regular old video in, a composite connection. I always have to stop and think, composite or component? Composite is like all the chrominance and luminance, and what's the other one? I can never remember. I remember chrominance and luminance, but I always forget the third. The red, blue, green. Well, you don't have that. You have the yellow. So it's the yellow cable that you would use with this, or S-Video. It's not going to be super high quality, but if you need to convert analog to digital and specifically mount that particular signal as some kind of webcam. So if you're thinking, well, I've got a DV cam, something that takes or outputs FireWire, and I can't get it to mount as a webcam in some way on your operating system. Well, at least for Mac OS 10, and taking in a FireWire cable, I mean, it says right here, it connects to all widely used DV and analog video equipment compatible with Mac and Windows DV editing systems. Oh, so Windows and Mac. Leading editing DVD authoring apps, no need to install drivers or software applications, and that is absolutely true. I was kind of scrambling for the installation CD and realized that it just didn't exist. This thing ran around $300, but that was $300 very well spent, because if it had not existed and I didn't have the opportunity to pick it up at the last minute, you would not have had a live video feed for the conference. So this, needless to say, will stay in my suite of hardware tools, capable of letting me do the things that I need to do. I always like having all these. I wish I didn't have to convert signals, but it's always nice to have one that is going to work. So now any kind of FireWire device that comes along, or any device that I want to feed in either audio or direct video, at least through a composite connection, I'm going to be able to do so. Not so much with the box, but with the unit itself. So thank you, Canopus. I have to say that was a small price to pay, considering the video stream was free. I wouldn't have been able to do the video stream at all, at least through the Mac, or in any way from the switcher without something like this. So thanks again to the Apple Store for being there, for carrying this, and for the manufacturer for making it so really easy to use. It was plug and play. Exceedingly simple. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. Maybe you've had experience with other cannabis products. Maybe you work for them. Maybe you know of other hardware conversion tools that can get you out of a bind, especially at the last minute. I know video and working with video signals is somewhat of a trick. Before this, there was I have used and likely will continue to use the Excel R8. I did a video on that a while ago. It's how I was able to get a video signal out of my Xbox. I could also use this particular piece of hardware to get the signal out. Quality is probably going to be just about the same. It'll be easier to use, though. I much prefer using FireWire to USB, if only because of the CPU overhead. Anyway, I'm not going to get too far into it. Needless to say, this little device is the thing that you can thank for having a live video feed at GnomeDex. More information about the conference is, of course, at gnomedex.com. That's GNOMEDEX. We're going to have videos not taken from the live feed, but actually on site, so it's going to be of higher quality. Those videos are going to be posted, well, we hope to start this week. They're working on it right now. We were kind of going back and forth on different video elements that we wanted to place within those videos. So if you happen to miss the presentations as they were happening live, then you'll be able to catch up then. And as I said, bloggers have been very, 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 very kind to us. They enjoyed the time that they spent at the conference, and certainly we will continue to produce the GnomeDex conference with inspiration and energy, and as is true to the t-shirt that I'm wearing, doing our best to exemplify human circuitry. I guess that's kind of the byline, if there is one, for the GnomeDex conference. So my email, I've given that to you, chris@pirillo.com, the website where you can stop by to say hello. Typically, if you want to talk about technology, hardware, software, services, solutions that you may know of that no one else knows about. Maybe you're having a problem with a device. Maybe you have a solution. Maybe you'd like to share solutions, even if you don't have a problem. Maybe you got problems and you want to share. If you are a geek, then it is likely in your best interest to stop by at some point during the course of the day or night. And we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in conjunction with this live video feed thingy that's pointed here into my home office. Not quite as exciting as a conference, but it's like a conference of one, where I sit here and talk to myself. It's kind of embarrassing sometimes, but what are you going to do? You can make fun of me, and you're more than welcome. Well, don't make fun of me too much. I mean, I have feelings too, and they can get hurt. But you are welcome to join us here in the chat room right now at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.